What's up guys, it's Wasabi and I'm back with, well, not another review but a video to share about aftermarket skates. How I set my skates as a gamer and which skates I prefer. Every gamer prefers different skate and pad combinations, and well, hopefully this can help people who are curious to try aftermarket skates for the first time. Mouse skates are very fun accessories to try with your mouse. There are many aftermarket skate options from different brands, but in this video you're gonna see a lot of skates from X-raypad because they are the most recent that I've worked with, and well, their skates are pretty good. This is not a paid promotion by the way, and even if it is, I never hard sell products for commission because the last thing I want or any brand wants is someone buying something that isn't for them and leave a bad review at the end of the day. Let's start with when you should get new skates. Well, some instances that I can think of. First is when your stock skates are worn out. That's one. Second is you love your mouse and pad but you wish the glide feels a little faster or controlled without having to buy a completely new combo. And if you just wanna experience something new. I think that's about it really. Oh, if you decide on using a glass pad, you should probably get aftermarket skates made for glass use. Now that you know when to get new skates, let's take a look at the skate shape options available to you. First, we're gonna start off with full skates. Full skates are a classic choice. Most people will be comfortable with full skates. Same size and shape as what your mouse came with, and it makes the mouse look more complete. However, they are unique to each mouse because of the shape, and sometimes they may not have full skates for a specific mouse you're looking for, and there's no flexibility in adjusting the amount of speed or control compared to dots and donuts. Next, we have dot skates, and dots are probably the most popular choice today. You get 40 dots per pack. It's easy to change when they wear out, and you can adjust the level of speed depending on the number of dots you use. Compatibility wise, you can pretty much use dots on any mouse. However, because of the shape and size, you will feel more texture or any imperfections on fabric pads. And dots are particularly not recommended for soft pads because of the size, and they tend to sink into the pad a little too easily when pressure is applied, especially when you want to just use 4 dot skates on your mouse. But if you want to use dots on soft or extra soft pads, you can use more dots and try to make it work, but that would affect the speed. And here we have donut skates, pretty similar to dot skates, but these come with 32 donuts per pack. They are easy to change out when they are worn out. You can adjust the level of speed by changing the number of donuts you use. Compatibility wise, these can be pretty much used with any mouse, but they are larger than dots, so you are a little limited to the space that you have to work with. On the flip side, same with dots, you feel a lot of the texture and any imperfections on fabric pads. And now that you have some idea of skate shapes, let's take a look into the skate types. It's pretty simple. You got control skates, speed skates, and pretty much everything in between from different brands, and that is achieved by different material compositions, usually additives mixed in with PTFE. The rounding of the edges on the skates as well as the purity of PTFE play a part in how smooth your glide feels on your pad. Most skates that come with high performance gaming mice are pure PTFE skates. You know, I hope I'm not confusing anyone. I tried to make this as simple as possible. Well, okay, let's start with speed skates. Speed skates, in this case, I have the X-raypad Jade. Great option if you're looking for faster glides, very smooth, which is what a lot of people enjoy about Jades. These took me quite some time to get used to because I was coming from control skates on the control pad. And they have Jades for full skates, dots, and donuts, and these are made with pure PTFE. Recommended to use on fabric pads, not recommended for glass as pure PTFE is softer and will wear out rather quickly. Next, we have control skates. Here we have X-raypad Obsidians. These are hardened processed PTFE, an option for gamers who prefer control over speed. They are not the slowest, and actually they have quite a fair bit of speed, but they stop really well. Obsidians are available for full skates, dots, and donuts, and can be used for both fabric and glass pads, which is very nice. And finally, we have Obsidian Pro skates, specially designed for glass pads. Skates that are specially made to be used on glass are usually PTFE with additives to increase the hardness of the material, which is especially good because glass pads tend to wear out regular PTFE much quicker. Skates that are designed for glass have variations of speed and control as well. Just like with skates designed for fabric pads, these Obsidian Pros give a fair bit more control on glass, and and they feel really good once they break in. All these skates are made with PTFE, but there are more exotic skates made from glass, ceramic, or even sapphire crystal. Wouldn't be surprised if someone made diamond skates. It's pretty interesting if you think about the possibilities of what brands can do in the future. And I think that gaming mice brands could consider developing their own skate material composition to offer something more unique than 100% PTFE. Up next, we're gonna look at how many skates to use and how to place them on your mouse, and this only applies for dots and donuts. Generally with any mouse, and for obvious reasons, you want to use 4, having 1 in each corner. And how many more you can use would depend on the design of the skate area of your mouse. I would recommend to check out X-raypad's product page. I'll add a link in the description for your reference. They have a pretty good illustration of how to position your dots. Of course, when it comes to how many to use, it's gamer's choice. But if this is your first time using dots or donuts, then this is a good reference to get you started. If you don't see your mouse on the page, just put them right in the middle of each skate area on the top, and the other 2 just put them right in the back, but keep them symmetrical. And well, if you're a perfectionist, you can take a ruler or a piece of paper and use it just to check if your skates are aligned. Placement and number of skates for me, I would go based off the shape and the skate area of the mouse and the density of my mouse pad. When I use my Sora V2 on my Aqua Control Pro mid-density pad, for example, I can usually do with just 4 donuts. But on a soft or extra soft pad, the tail tends to wrap into my pad when I apply pressure, so adding 1 more skate right here at the tail end helps with that. So with this 4+1 setup, it helps stop the tail from accidentally dragging during intense gameplay on softer pads. With glass pads, you can usually do with 4, 1 in each corner, but because it is glass and I want to protect my mouse from accidentally scraping the corners when I swipe at an angle, I use 2 in each corner, keeping it symmetrical, and 1 on the back to prevent the tail from scraping against the glass on my landings. What I like about the skate design of the final mouse URX is that even though it has outlines for the original skates that it comes with, the base is completely flat. So with this design, you got quite a bit more freedom to place your skates. But you should always try to have skates in the original areas if possible, because those are the points that have the most support and give the most stability when you handle your mouse. Break-in period depends on how much time you spend using your mouse and the texture of your mouse pad. All skates need some time to break in, even the skates that come included with your mouse, so give it some time to break in before you decide to take them off. So after they break in, if you feel like you want a faster glide or more control, depending on the game that you play, then you can consider aftermarket skate options. If you can't wait for your skates to break in because you have a busy schedule and only game 1 or 2 hours in the evening, what you can try is do a rapid figure 8 motion on your mouse pad. I would recommend doing this on a pad that you do not use because you don't want to wear down your favorite mouse pad, and the figure 8 motion is much better than doing circles because it covers all corners of the skates much more naturally. Not something I would recommend, but a suggestion for people who do not have much time. And now on to my personal preference as a gamer. So what do I like? Well, with what I currently have, I like donuts. I just really like donut skates a lot. Donuts pretty much similar to dots, but I find that they work better with softer pads, and soft pads are very comfortable to use for long hours on your setup. When you experiment with different skate combinations to make it work for you, that's where the fun is really at. And now I'm gonna show you how I do it. A little tip, I just use my pen to push out the center dot like this so that I don't bend out the donuts. There isn't a fixed rule to this, but I would generally start with 4 on the extreme corners of the mouse and then test it out. If your mouse has the sensor ring, it would be best to remove it unless you are absolutely certain that it's not thicker than your new skates. So using my Sora V2 as an example, I would start with 4 skates. These are Jade donuts, by the way, and from there I would test it out a bit. Maybe run some quick scenarios on aim labs or whatever and decide, is it too fast? If yes, then perhaps I can add more if the design allows. And if it is still too fast, I probably should consider using Obsidian donuts instead. So as I'm testing the mouse on this soft pad, I find that the tail end of the mouse is rubbing against the pad, so what I would do is add 1 more donut right here to balance things out. And that's pretty much my thought process. The same applies to dot skates as well. It's pretty much a simple way for you to fine-tune your glide experience to your liking. For glass pads, I've been enjoying my time using Obsidian Pro skates more than regular Obsidians on my Wallhack, SP4 glass pad. Great quality glass pad from Wallhack that I recently reviewed, so you can check it out later if you're interested. Regular Obsidians can be used on glass as well, but felt too fast for me, so with these Obsidian Pros, they have a touch more control over regular Obsidians and feel really good after breaking in. Excellent skates for when you're going from fabric to glass. Okay, final thoughts. Dot skates and donuts are fun, but some gamers just prefer using full skates and it makes the mouse look complete. But you never know if you never try, and if you're looking to try dots or donuts or maybe both, I would recommend to add in a set of full skates as well. So you can always change back to full skates just in case you find that dots and donuts are not your thing. Also, one last thing, try not to add more dots or donuts after the ones on your mouse have broken in, because that will cause your mouse to be imbalanced. So yeah, this is a quick video on aftermarket skates and some of my preferences. I hope this helps. All gamers have their own preferences and there are quite a number of brands selling their own skates, so let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite skate and mouse combo? This is not just for me, but for anyone who might have the same pad as you and is looking to try out some aftermarket skates. I'm sure that will be helpful. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful in any way, please leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. And I guess I'll see you in the next one.